So I'm going to try to do just a short update here and talk about shoes primarily. So I just stopped to take a break here. I'm pretty exhausted. I stayed up all night. I did move. Yay! And I love my new spot. I'm actually going to move it slightly again tonight because now I walked around in the daytime and here's all the park rules, by the way. And yeah, camping is prohibited. Smoking is prohibited. Yeah. Oops. Oh, but see how there's a red line through there? So I think that means that no. Nah, whatever. Here we go off on another tangent. Okay, so check out the new shoes. Now, what's great about these is how desperate I was to get them. I walked to San Francisco about 3.5 weeks ago. Took me, yeah, I've been here. I got here about 3.5 weeks ago. Walked up from Monterey, California, to the south, mostly along Highway 1. Started with a friend of mine, buddy of mine, good guy. Learned a lot from him on our road adventure. And he traveled up with me north until we got to Santa Cruz. We were going to go south further to Big Sur, and during the time that we were in Santa Cruz, there was this ton of rain and mudslides, and it wiped out the bridge, the main bridge on the main road. I don't think it was it's Highway 1, but anyways, basically the only way to get into Santa Cruz or Big Sur got wiped out, and it's going to take months, if not a year or longer, to replace the bridge. It's not fixable. The only way residents and business people were able to get in and out was by helicopter during these days of rain and mudslides. They recorded wind temperatures there in Big Sur. The highest wind speed they recorded was 85 miles an hour during the rain and mudslides. So, and even when we were in Monterey, a tree fell near on my buddy's tent, actually, broke it. He wasn't in it at the time. He ended up getting a new tent, and he never stayed there again. No, that's not true. He did set up. I got him to set up in the last couple of days. We were in a park. Big trees, big slopes. Yeah, a couple of those fell. Anyhow, so he and I parted ways in Santa Cruz, and I continued amicably, by the way. We were supposed to meet in San Francisco in 2 weeks. I haven't heard from you, buddy. And no, he got a car ride opportunity. They only had room for one person. He really wanted to go with this group. I said, yeah, go, man. I'll be fine. So he went up there. I continued north. So it took me about 2 weeks walking. Did about 10 or 15 miles every day on the days that I didn't. Well, between Santa Cruz and, yeah, I walked every day, 10 or 15 miles, roughly. And had shoes that I absolutely loved. They weren't so good for this long travel, but they were LA Gear Rockin' Tone. Weirdest shoes ever. They had an elevated sort of platform base, so it added about, I would say, 1.5 inches to your height, which changes your stride length and everything. And the cool thing is The bottom of these shoes were pretty much rounded. They weren't flat, and so you were rocking the whole time, rocking tone, and you had to flex your muscles a certain way, or you couldn't stand flat-footed. Craziest, weirdest things. I got them at a clothing room. It was the only size shoes that fit me. Their selection was horrible. I took them to the squat that I was in and never wore them for weeks and weeks and weeks. I grabbed them. I was like, well, the voucher lets me get a pair of shoes. I'll take these. I'll try them out sometime. Maybe it'll be fun walking around the abandoned building that I was in, chasing after rats or something. Who knows? And one night I was going out to karaoke. I was kind of early in my getting into karaoke and going there every freaking night because I loved it. But I decided to wear them, and because I was going to the closest karaoke place, I wouldn't have far to go. They were really weird at first. Long story short, I fell in love with these things. Oh my God, best shoes ever. And guess what? Nobody makes them anymore. If you do a search, LA Gear, and they show them as women's shoes. I don't know, mine were solid black. I didn't know they were women's shoes. I rocked them. And then you can find something about New Balance, and can't get them. Best shoe ever. There's nothing out on the market like them. I'll go on about them some other time. Anyways, great shoe until you get through the bottom of the sole, the rubber material, where the rubber hits the road. When you wear through that, and then you're into just sort of the foam part, they just started wearing out miserably. At the outside of my heel was at like a big wedge that had been taken out of it, and so I just don't want other people on my video here. Anyway, so by the time I got to San Francisco, so not only are these things like rounded and I'm wobbling, but now I got big wedges that are getting bigger every single day on the outside of the heel, and the other part was starting to fall apart. I guess I can't get out this way. And the guy gave me a couple dollars. Somebody gave me money, so I had a couple bucks on me. I had $3 at the time, and I went to a St. Vincent de Paul, whatever, like a Goodwill type clothing place that was closing in like a week, and had everything marked down drastically. So I found a pair of shoes that I got for $2. All right, and they were leather, and they looked fairly new, and they lasted like a week. The bottom, the whole rubber part from the heel till about midway is now flapping, and they already look kind of like clownish bowling shoes. Anyway, and so last night I had found these flip-flops, and so I moved wearing flip-flops. Now I got my camp set up, and I'm staying up all night, so I go out and I start walking around, and what's in a bag by a garbage can? These Asics. They're like brand new. They are springy and cushiony and comfortable. They're a little big for me, but I have these big obnoxious thick socks that I found on the road, and so it's working really, really well. And I also, walking around, found a gift card on the ground with the original like packaging kind of a thing, next to it. Now, when you find a prepaid gift card, debit, Visa type thing on the ground, what it usually means, and with the packaging, and just laying there, and it still had like the gummy stuff on the back, and it hadn't been signed. So immediately, what am I thinking? Because I've been on the streets a while, I know a little bit now. I'm thinking, okay, somebody stole this, called it up or tried to use it, and realized that it doesn't get activated and the money on it until you take it to the register, and you got to jump through some hoops. So I'm thinking, okay, but I'm like, it doesn't hurt. I'm going to be on the computer. I can go to the website, type the stuff in, see what happens. So I did that this morning. Guess what? It was a $100 gift card. 90 has been spent. There's $10 on this card. It's never been registered. It's not refillable. It's $10. It's like cash. Unlike the money in my PayPal account, which I don't know what to do with that, because it's hard to spend PayPal locally if you don't have a PayPal debit card or whatever. Anyhow,